this inside baseball one. And then one more thing from my what to watch kind of couch fan column. Bob Costas is coming back to home. He's going to be host of the NBC Sunday Night Baseball package this year.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun to see Bob back in his old home.
I would encourage, and I've said this about the NBA on or ESPN or whatever, or Inside the NBA. The old TNT show that's on migrated to ESPN. Right. I like those guys on there, but you see like that. Those guys are only on ESPN like 10 times this year or something.
Right. It's not the same as a regular beat like Thursday night, doubleheader with them wrapping it around.
Since everybody's streaming now, they need to pay these guys more for like a daily podcast.
Right.
I'm sure they're not going to want to go to the studio every day, but you can have on Zoom. I'm not even a big NBA fan right now, but just hearing those guys talk and make fun of each other is great.
Exactly.
Bob Costas doesn't have the same personality, but man, Bob Costas would be great, telling old stories or interviewing some baseball players or whatever. Oh, that'd be great. It should be fantastic. So,
yeah, it'll get some fans, who've strayed away from baseball coming back on Sunday nights.
It was interesting. I don't think I told you about this. I took my son to a baseball card show in Columbus. Was it Columbus? Yeah, the Columbus area. About a week ago, George Foster was there.
Oh, okay.
We actually talked for a minute. I felt bad. I was thinking about trying to reach out to him, see if I could do a podcast interview with him beforehand. Apparently, the family is really interested in autographs. I've heard that he's been at 4 or 5 local shows recently, and he was nice. He was sitting at a dealer table.
He's a very nice gentleman. I ran into him a couple years ago in Goodyear, Arizona, during a Cincinnati-Cleveland exhibition game in the spring.
No, he called me over. My son has autism. My son was a little bit busy that day, so I was trying to crowd my son. But I was like, man, can I interview for you for me? He's like, oh, come back an hour. And my son was driving me nuts. I'm like, I might not be able to, but nice seeing you. And we waved and we went separate ways. So
I'm sure he has some great stories. The former Cincinnati Big Red Machine catalyst. And then he later on had a few good years with the Mets.
I think the hard thing with him is he was a guest of the card show, but sometimes with these autograph guests, they're at a separate table. Literally, he had a baseball card table where you would buy his autograph, which was good. I like the way they handled it.
Right.
Approaching him was like approaching any other card dealer. Like, he called me over, we talked. I don't really buy autographs, but it was neat talking to him for a few minutes, and he had a lot of his baseball cards there. So the thought would be you could buy a ball off him or a card, and you can have him sign it if you want.
Just like the dealers, yeah. It would be nice to get him on a podcast, get him talking about Pete Rose and any of his stories about good old Pete.
Yeah, well, and my wife was making fun of me every day. She's like, you're into the nostalgia. Look. 80s, 90s, early 2000s, that's my wheelhouse now when it comes to TV or pop culture or baseball. I mean,
right.
I'm not really into baseball right now, but man, you bring George Foster or anybody from the 80s, 90s by, I would definitely be very interested. That was my time. It was a good time to be a fan. I got excited. I don't want to call you old timer, but you probably know that time.
Oh, definitely.
My dad, it was funny. My dad, when we were growing up, he showed me he had the 1959 Topps baseball card set. He collected it.
Wow.
But he glued it to a scrapbook and cut the bottoms off the cards.
Oh.
So it's set now, and nobody took care of their cards. I mean, there was cards I had from the early 80s that I played with and bent up and everything. But man, what if those were in good condition? And it was funny. He gave it to me. I had it. And I eventually talked him into letting me sell it at a card show. Somebody paid me $20 for it because, again, The
Right.
cards were just not in
Right, they're kind of
comparison.
a little bit defaced. That reminds me of my experience with a 1965 Sandy Koufax card. Someone had it may have been me, or it might have been a friend, put his uniform number on the side of the card, kind of defaced it. So a mint card otherwise had lost some value because of the number 32 on it.
Yeah, I still collect cards, and my son likes the cards. He likes to bend them up and everything. But what I'm kind of interested in is I don't know if you've seen these, like these slabs, where
Uh
it's
huh.
the card, but it's kind of encased, and at
Right.
the top they have like a grade on it. Because to me, instead of playing with cardboard, this is like, oh, it's like a piece of art
Right.
a little bit.
Right. It is. Yeah, I
So
like it when it's hooked up like that. Those are real nice.
yeah, so what I'm trying to do is just collecting a couple of those instead of having cards all over the place. But the one thing I did, and I actually bought a slab, someone will replace it. There was a old school card dealer that had a bunch of 1959 cards,
Okay.
and he gave me
Just
one.
like Dad had, huh?
Yeah, this is Mickey Vernon. Now it's
Uh-huh.
in a small case, and obviously nothing's cut off, and
Right.
it's in okay shape. The card's not in great shape, but at least it's all there instead of glued somewhere and everything.
Mickey
But
Vernon, I believe, was an all-star. Is that with the Washington Senators back then?
it's actually with the Indians. It was at the end
Oh,
of his
okay.
career.
Okay.
I looked at the back of the card. There was a lot of years where he played for the Senators. Apparently, like a lot of Indians from that time, you end your career with the Indians once you
Right.
get washed up a little bit. After
Yeah.
playing for a long time with another place. So yeah, no, it's fun, and that's I'd still like to collect cards, but that's finding things that kind of mean a little bit more to me. Like the other thing I have this 81 tops slab. That was kind
The
of one of
rookie
the base.
cards.
Well, this actually is victory leaders. They used to do
Oh, okay.
cards of
Yeah, they
the
did also do leaders too. I remember we
yeah
had home run, RBI, and average for hitters, and strikeouts, wins, and ERA for pitchers.
yeah. So on this, you see Steve Carlton on one side,
Uh
and
huh.
then Steve Stone. He was with the Orioles. I
Right.
think he
Did you say
broadcast before.
1979?
Oh, this is the 81 card.
81?
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, he was with the Orioles at that time. If I remember, wasn't he like Harry Caray's broadcast partner with the Cubs?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, in the later 80s.
Yes. Yes. And again, that was the zenith of my baseball interest. We were living at Southern Ohio at the time, and we were Indians fans. But on TV, I, I I don't think we had cable. I'm not sure how we got it, but we had access to WGN and TBS, so we watched a
Oh,
lot
well,
of
you were lucky. Then you saw lots of baseball in that time.
yeah. And my family wasn't well to do at the time. I don't know if we had cable or I can't imagine that channel was available for free back then. I'm not
No,
sure.
those were on cable. They were super stations. GN out of Chicago, and then TBS out of Atlanta.
Yeah,
And so
I
you saw a lot of Braves and Cubs games.
yeah, and actually we saw some of the Braves, but we were I don't know, maybe it was more because the Cubs were afternoon games a lot.